Okay, welcome back. I've had to undo the auto-tune changes I did, I think, video and a half ago after some of the stuff that I found in yesterday's, or in the investigation I was doing yesterday. So what I've done is I've come in to my source control logs and pulled out the last version as applied to the bike, and effectively, yeah, just eliminating that. Now, in case I did some other changes, well, I did with settings and config, but who knows what sort of flows through and what doesn't. I've saved that version there. So if I come into the application, and I go to, I've loaded up my file. What I can do is I've already copied and pasted it, but I can open a compare file. So if I open this as a compare file, when I come into the fuel maps, and I have a look at the percentage trim, it's the difference between the two files, and it's 0. So that's, or trim value is 0, and same with TPS. So, it's a good way of at least being able to, if you don't open them both up at the same time, which I did to copy them across, you could probably just do this and then zero out the files. So what I want to do now, let's see, can I cancel it? Or do I just reopen the file? Reopen the file and see what that does. Yeah, that cleared it, and yeah, we're back with all of our differences. So what did I find in the logs? Well, I came in and was doing the auto tune, so like we were looking at before, and I opened the auto tune files, and I did these 4 files. Now, at the time, I wasn't comfortable with some of these values. Why is that in there? Oops, I opened the wrong ones. Open log files. I should have opened these ones, which have been corrected for their slots. Okay, that's better. Now, I was worried about these ones, and I did exclude them when I copied it. I just copied the bulk of what was here. But because I was looking at the issues with detecting the AFR and whatnot around the quick shifter, I thought, okay, I just want to investigate what's here. So I came in and went to have a look at what some of these files were, or some of these ones were, and obviously it doesn't want to change that one. Yeah, so don't know why it's not looking at that, unless it just doesn't need to. Or, yeah, it was saying 6 pieces of data, but it seems to be happy with it. Although, no, it is doing, what's our percentage change? Doesn't want to change it. Okay. Regardless, let's see what we've got. So our auto tune map. No, I'll come back to this one. So our logged AFR. So if we come in here, and I was looking at this and going, okay, so what's at 39.52, and what's at, well, 39.52, 40.11. So I came into here, the data viewer, and I opened the log file, and I think, which one? This one, maybe? Which one it goes up to? Yeah, 39.52 would be in here. Oh, 44, 39.52. So, actually, I wonder if this is the best example. Anyway, 39.44, 47.52, 39.52. So I've been doing acceleration. No, this isn't the one I found before. There was a really, really, really good one. But let's check one of the other. Maybe this one. 39.52 again. 39.52 again. 39.52 again. Yeah. and 1 hour 48. Actually, I might go and look at that 1 hour 48. That might have been the one I was looking for. So if I open the log file, let's see. Let's try this one. It's worth it if I can find the right one. Should have written down where it was. So here, this is it. We should keep it. Well, and let's go further. 148.57. And so, yeah, we were looking at in here. So this one, because that's a pretty extreme value. That's 11. That's the richest that's there. For some reason, it's not using it for the adjustment, but it is showing it up. Although, what did it want to change it? Yeah, it's not putting it up for an adjustment. But if we, oh, sorry, we wanted to, we're looking at 59 for the TPS, and we were looking at 7,000 RPM. So if we come and look in here, so the ETV is 59. So we're sort of looking around here, and yeah, this line here effectively. So what we have is two significant dips. One here where the AFR is at 12.7. We have this one here where the corresponding AFR is 12.5, but it's as you progress onwards, it gets down to that 11, that dip here. And so this was a roll-on acceleration. So I just wound the throttle on, and instead of just chopping it off at the end and hard engine braking, I rolled it off towards the end and rolled it back to closed. So I wanted to do a smooth roll on and then roll off. And you can see the lag in the electronic throttle valve. So this was as it was accelerating, it moves up in the ETV map. So it moves up in electronic throttle valve. What gear am I in? I'm in mode 1, I know that. Gear is gear 4, so fourth gear roll on. So if I get mode 1, gear 4, and yeah, so as the RPM is increasing, it will shift in its position. So I'm moving it this way, but also the revs are moving it this way, and so the actual electronic throttle valve is actually increasing sort of this way, coming down through. So, but I did think it was interesting because there's no other activity here. There's no weird stuff with the quick shifter or anything like that. It really is just roll on, roll off. And when I looked at this, I went, uh-oh, that's actually a legitimate value. That is legitimately excessively rich, and I need to actually modify that. So when I took the cut previously, I actually excluded a large chunk of this in the adjustments. So now that I've sort of looked at it, it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. So let's see, 1 minute 50, 31. Let's have a look at this one now. 1 minute 50, 31. 1 minute 50, 35. 1 minute 50. 1 minute 50, 31. So where's our dip here? Here. It's down to 12.1. And yeah, we've got some 12.6, 12.7 here. And there's nothing. Okay, it's engine braking, which we kind of expect. But yeah, there's nothing. It shouldn't be that lean. So in that respect, you know, these values are actually legitimate. So I should have included them in that one. Now what's this one at 39.54, 30? Wow, that whole 39 area is pretty. 39.53. I'm going to go back to that and have a look at it. That was this one, I think. Yeah. Come on. So 39.50. Yeah, wow, that's just up and down. And I'm not doing anything crazy there. I'm just writing as normal. So all of these adjustments here, yeah, I'm just doing little roll-ons, roll-offs, roll-ons, roll-offs. Gear 3. So yeah, I mean, this is probably me just sort of lining up for powering out after going through the corner, and then just sort of rolling off as I go into the next corner. And shift up to 4, so that would have been moving into, what's my speed doing? Yeah, that would have been moving into, well, a zone suitable for that speed. Yeah, so all of this is legit, so I actually want to let all of that through. So what have we got here? 12.2 on the AFR. We've got 10.9 on the AFR. Now, has that been recognized in the auto-tune? So we've got, let's see, we've got RPMs at 8651 and 8651. Probably not. It probably got excluded. Oh, we've got 10.8s here at 40. 10.8 at 40 ETV. I'll close that. That's not the one I wanted. Auto tune 10.8 at 40 for the ETV. So that would have been back here a bit. So here, and this was another thing. It's actually the fact that it's associating it somewhat correctly. So yeah, that ridge point's probably because of here. Might be out a little bit, but yeah, to me, I'm sort of comfortable with how that's working. So I'm actually going to just apply this as is, although I do want to just double check that it is actually doing an adjustment. Yeah, see, it's excluded that, and that one. It's only got those two 10.8 records. So it's a bit of a worry, but we'll have a look at what it wants to change. Yeah, it doesn't want to change that. Hopefully, or maybe we need to do some smoothing around that. So I actually go and apply this, and as is, well, don't talk about it, just do it. So apply this as is, and we'll come back to the IAP. And yeah, so that's a lot of engine braking, a lot of very lean. There's 11.8s and stuff like that. So, and we know, yeah, they are somewhat legit. So we'll apply that too. So, yep. So if I close that and I come back to the fuel maps, actually, don't trust it to refresh. So I come back to the fuel maps, look at the IAP, look at my overall trim values. Yeah, this is the area where we would have made that change, and it looks quite significant. Now some of these are up to 20%, and yeah, this is the higher throttle opening, so obviously it was running very, very rich. It was running quite lean down here because, it's trying to push that up. So let's see. Oh, actually, no, that's not throttle openings. This is deceleration, and this is open throttle. And because we're in the IAP map, and yeah, here we're in throttle position ETV map. And so yeah, the percentages aren't that significant. Let's see what it looks like on the graph. Oh, that's the change graph. So not too extreme. Values looks very similar, and let's see what we got. Yeah, it doesn't look much different. So what I should do though is have a look for where this is. So this is at, we're talking about 8,700 RPM and ETV around 40-50. So let's see what we've got here. So 8,000 RPM, ETV 40-50. So let's say this, let's double check. Was our RPM? Yeah, 8.5. So 8.5. So around here. And what's our adjustment on this? Well, actually, let's just go back to the graph and see if it's, that doesn't highlight it. So 8.5, 45, let's write down. Anyway, so that's that. Obviously, once I was able to confirm that, yeah, definitely these were legitimate, there was nothing funny going on and they should be included, then, yeah, I was sort of happy to include them. I know that there might be some miscalculation in what it's associated with them, so they might be out by a cell or two. I'm kind of crossing my fingers. I was thinking about it some more and I'm crossing my fingers and just hoping that that's where in their settings, let's see, that's the settings where, actually, where's the auto tune settings? Here, well, it's the same one, it was just next to it. This is where maybe their map pre-smoothing and their map smoothing strength might come into play. So even though the cells are out by a little bit, they could potentially counteract that, you know, and kind of hopefully save us. So I wonder if I shouldn't be bumping that up. But for now, yeah, I'll save this as it is and be done. But yeah, I am hoping that this is going to cover my backside when it comes to the bugs that we know are sort of in the tuning. So, and maybe later, if I care, I'll actually play with these values a bit to sort of get it to fake. So if I just tell it that, you know, this is twice as long as it is, it might be able to put things in the right cells too. But that's, yeah, that's when I've got time. Right now I don't really have that time. So yeah, for now, close that off, save this file and recommit. Recent message, autotune calculated. And we're done. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and well, fingers crossed. We're definitely making progress. I know a lot more about this than I did, you know, even a few weeks ago. So yeah, thanks for coming along on this journey. Bye.